No.
And queen. And maybe a rook, and you try to confuse him somehow.
I can only confuse myself here, but yeah, I'll do my best.
Rook again, maybe. Okay, bishop. Okay, let's try this rook. Rook, bishop, rook. Yeah,
yeah, it finally worked. Yeah,
such a masterpiece. Wow.
Yeah, okay, this should be published. Like, okay, agadmator should make a review of this game for sure. It's like we sacrificed actually 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, only 4 promos, by the way. Yeah, so it's not that stylish. Okay.
But he looks quite confident with this online chess that we would think that the younger, newer players would be best at.
Yeah, definitely. You know, he is very experienced at over-the-board chess. Does it translate?
Whoops.
Whoopsy Daisy. Sorry about that. So, yeah, you definitely... That doesn't necessarily mean that will translate very well to online chess. But, of course, you know, he is showing...
I don't really care. Like, I'm usually not satisfied with my play anyway.
They start shaking head when they blunder, only when they're sure the opponent also sees it. They will never do that when they blunder something tricky. So you shouldn't be fooled.
I rarely show emotions anyway when I'm playing, even on the webcam.
I usually turn it off. I only turn it on when I'm 100% sure I'm winning, and I just want to see, you know, how he's suffering.
We can see what black has done so nicely, I feel, to try and combat this protected passed pawn. He's just planted his knight in front of it. This knight, we mentioned, is a great blockader. Only one piece can actually remove this knight from blockading that pawn, and that is the white knight. Therefore, Magnus Carlsen, his next move, he wants to bring his knight to the center, exchange off this black knight, just to clear the path for his remaining pawn. That's Magnus's plan. Meanwhile, black, Hikaru Nakamura, he needs to maintain this knight, or he needs to start creating. I've seen that one before. Hikaru looks like he hasn't either. He's frowning slightly. Hikaru, he normally looks up to the left when he's trying to remember something, but if he looks down and he frowns slightly, it means it's new to him. He hasn't
seen this one before, and I agree. I saw
the two big dogs of online chess competing for first place. It was all decided in their matchup.
And I think he might have just made a decisive mistake.
The bar has gone up all the way up to the white side. And
suddenly, there's a really devastating attack down this line.
Magnus found it.
Magnus Carlsen, he has found it. Yes. Hikaru Nakamura looking away.
Oh, yeah, just look at his reaction. He knows that
he's missed this move. He just resigns. He's just given up.
Wow.
So sudden.
The winner of the preliminaries, Magnus Carlsen, are you feeling that killer mode in their homes? So I think we're all very excited to see where world champion Magnus Carlsen lives.
Hi. Welcome to my humble abode.
What's up with the doll?
She was a prop from a porno film that we somehow got our hands on. She's always a conversation starter when people come here. This is basically a gift I simply cut out of the table when I was top of the Fantasy Premier League. Don't look at the TV, that shouldn't be there, it should be up on the wall.
So it's not a $1,000 chess set?
No.
And yesterday the stars all aligned for him so that he can qualify for the quarterfinals. I don't know, that's a special kind of luck.
And it is early in the morning, as we mentioned for Wesley, so in Minnesota, US, and yeah. He's shaving. He's shaving. This is, I think this is right now. Only a few minutes till it starts. Can you believe that, David?
Yeah, I mean, it shows he has just woken up, but it's also showing he's feeling confident and he's aware that we're watching him as well. So, yeah.
And on that subject, we do have a question from one of our tweeters. I'll get there. Twitters. Yes.
But it's aiming towards the centre of the board a bit later on. I think, yes. Meanwhile, Daniel Dubov also improves a rook. That's why these guys are such top-class grandmasters. They do sense the moments when to attack, when to work out long, complicated variations, but also when to take a step back and just improve a piece.
Oh, there's someone in Magnus Carlsen's room.
You
obviously,
can see him waving away. Don't come in.
Oh, yeah, because he don't want to be taken cheating. That would be cheating if someone else is in the room.
On a separate call as well, so that
and
they
we
are
see
monitored.
Magnus's huge reaction here when someone came into the room. We don't know if it is the cleaners, but we could maybe think that is it. Oh. No, I don't want cleaning right now. Go out.
Maybe he's saying to Dubov, no, I don't want to
I need the A pawn.
Yes.
So, yeah, we're going to...
Obviously, Beth, the B pawn.
Beth the B pawn, and that was a suggestion of our tweeter. Beth the B pawn.
Beth the B pawn, yes.
What about for C?
For C, Charlotte.
Charlotte, Charlie.
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 Well, Charlie, isn't that a men's name?
It's both.
No, lots of potential there. I think that's a good idea, those pawns on the left side. They're like the handmaidens for the queen.
I actually make it a point when I teach chess to young children. It's like half the pieces are female, half the pieces are male. I don't see why they should all be male.
I'm sad there's not a K square. There could not be a Kaja, the K pawn.
Yeah, there's not a Jovanka either.
No.
But there is a David, but sorry, you're on the wrong side.
Davina the deep pawn.
Yes.
That's my drag name. Anyway, just panicked. He's self-destructed.
Yes, totally.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him. He is so angry.
Well, it really ties in with our quiz question.
Right.
What is the worst thing that you've done after a loss? And you can see Magnus is...
Semi-finals, Hikaru will be out. That's going to be a horrible game to play for Hikaru if that's happened.
He'd rather be in bed. He'd be like, oh, no.
Because we are talking about bad losers today. You have mentioned Hikaru also is a bad loser.
That's right. You know, you have to remind everyone that we have a Twitter quiz going on. Yeah. What is the worst thing that you have done after a loss? And of course, we don't want to know about assaults or anything like that. But if you do have a funny story to tell, something interesting, do connect with us on #ChessChamps. And the prize is something absolutely amazing. It is an AirThings device which measures the quality of your air in the room. And we've actually been monitoring the air conditions in the players.
I usually turn it off. I only turn it on when I'm 100% sure I'm winning. And I just want to see, how he's suffering.
Hikaru Nakamura, he's been named a bad loser. He is a loser today. He is out of the tournament. Do you think he's going to do some smashing and slashing of some stuff, David?
Quite possibly, Kaja. We know that he's not actually playing from his normal offices. He's at home this time, so I'm hoping he doesn't smash anything too valuable. He definitely hasn't been at his best, Nakamura. Far from it, making those very odd one-move blunders that we never, ever see from him. And Aronian, meanwhile, with a killer instinct, spotting his opportunities every time.
All right, we are waiting in anticipation for the third game between Magnus Carlsen and Daniil Dubov. We do know the world champion. He needs at least one win in these two last games. What should we expect from the next one, Jovanka?
Well, now it's Dubov's turn with the white pieces, so I'm expecting Magnus just to play a little bit solidly because he cannot go all out for the win, and because that could backfire on him. So I'm expecting the queen and have some counter threats. And now Magnus has advanced the pawn, but I think it's all over.
Yeah, and actually we had this scenario yesterday with Magnus, his king being attacked by a queen and a rook. The black king is not safe. Magnus Carlsen also only with 20 seconds.
It's going to be checkmate.
It's checkmate on the board.
And that's it. He's...
look at Daniil Dubov. His hands in the air. He has beaten the world champion after 3 games in the second quarterfinal match. He is ready for the semi-final.
Just to know what you've done. I'm sure you've already discussed this, but
David said he likes to crash his hotel room.
Yeah, I may or may not have left a few rooms in ruin.
Like a rock star, the TV out the window, yeah?
Like a rock star. And I guess that's what we can expect Magnus Carlsen doing right now. We did see him just slamming his computer down, and I'm scared to know what is happening in his hotel room right now.
Yeah, you probably don't want to be standing below his balcony, do you, at the moment, just in case that computer goes flying out the room. I mean, I think it's quite common, actually, that players do smash their computers up. I've known of many incidents when players have just got their computer and literally just smashed it to pieces. So I'm sure Magnus can afford another one, so it's okay if he does that. He's allowed to do a bit of smashing.
We actually have a Twitter quiz going where we ask everyone what is the worst thing they've done after they've lost a game. So I'd like to ask you, what is the most interesting thing you've done?
Yeah, I don't think you really need to know, but actually
break through the black defenses. Black's rook just sitting on those two squares, two protected squares. White has no way to break through. 26 seconds, it should be enough for Radjabov.
Okay, and that's it. As a draw, Radjabov is through.
And Teimour Radjabov is the winner of the quarterfinal match against Nepo MALDING and will face Daniil Dubov in the semi-final starting tomorrow. Wow! The man who had retired from chess is back.
He's through, and I think we saw Nepo MALDING throw something there. He reacted very badly. That's because he didn't realise the position repeated itself 3 times for the draw. Radjabov, he deserves to go through. Nerves of steel, but...
And there he is back with... Oh, we have some anger. Wow, he is so angry.
He's angry because he knows he could have actually continued for another 50 moves to try and win on time. He could have just kept putting his king on different squares, put his bishop on different squares every time. He could have at least tried to win on the clock.
Yes, exactly, because he had some extra time. He had at least 20 seconds.
They have roughly the same amount of time with Wesley, so there's no way to win.
They repeated the position. What a bad decision. Swapping off knights.
Oh, look at Maxim. Look at Maxim Vachier-Lagrave. He had actually a big smile on his face. There it is, Maxim Vachier-Lagrave going through to the semi-final after Armageddon against Wesley. So who is back? But wow.
And, Levon can just do what he likes.
Yeah.
But, this is a little bit baffling to I think he's just getting time.
No, this is a great maneuver. Basically, White cannot protect the pawn next to his king right now. Black's rook is attacking that pawn. Black's bishop is eyeing up a pawn. And Maxim has no way of defending it. And therefore, Maxim has resigned.
Sneakiness.
In the first game, in the semi-final, it is the Armenian, Levon Aronian.
That was renamed was the English. And,
Because
we've commandeered a lot of things in our life. In the empires.
Yes. English people, huh? Yes, claiming everything.
And meanwhile, talking of claiming things, Levon Aronian has claimed the centre with White. That last move, pushing that pawn into the middle of the board, means that the tension is increasing. White occupying space with the centre. Jovanka's nicknamed Levon in the past, apart from the white rook in the middle now. And Maxim Vachier-Lagrave going for a trick here.
He's fallen for it. Did you see how quickly these moves happened? Goodness me, Levon has made a mistake.
Levon Aronian sacrificing.
Yeah, he just played too quickly and he didn't recognise the tricky danger.
And you can just see Maxim there, just getting in front of his chair now, and you can see it on him. He's back in the game.
Yeah, and you can see Levon is shaking his head. He did not spot that. What a sneaky move by Maxim.
Yeah, so White's queen has disappeared, and what we have left on the board is 2 rooks. So each rook worth 5 points each, facing off.
Wow. What do you think about this, David?
I mean, I don't know whether I'm jealous or just awestruck. I don't think I could ever do this even as a child, let alone now. I can barely do 1 press-up, let alone what my body weight.
He looks like a gymnastics person or something, just extremely strong.
Yeah, just... And the way... the thing is, he makes it look so easy, but you just...
Oh, and then
Whoa! And then is he doing a Superman pose? David!
Yeah, he's taking your Superman,
David. My moves. All of these players, actually, all of the players we've seen in this whole tournament, they're all extremely fit. They take it seriously because in these long tournaments, you play several games a day, you need that stamina, you need that strength. Last 20 moves. He needs to at least try to push forward and win this game somehow. Okay, he doesn't push the pawn forward. He's used his rook to check the king. And now White's rook defends his extra pawn.
Yeah, but now he can attack it. And what is he going to play? 16 seconds left to make a decision. He has to move the rook. And remember, he can't repeat the position 3 times because then that would be a draw. So he has to make a move. So that we see a different check. And again, that king is keeping an eye on that rook. And once again, what are you going to do?
Yeah, Teimour trying to attack the black rook, which is defended right now, trying to protect a pawn just in front of White's king.
There's no threat. There's just no threat. You can just push the pawn.
Yeah, so Jovanka's looking for Black's pawn in the middle there to just keep pushing. And Radjabov, he finds it. That black pawn, you mentioned it, you called it 6-7 moves ago. It's going to decide the game. Black now has a few options. White is trying to capture that pawn with his knight. I mean, this is really tense now. Radjabov, I think he has a...
He's got 1 second. Okay, he's just made a move. He's made the move that I was wondering myself.
Daniil Dubov has been very solid so far in the tournament, and it seemed you just had the perfect tactics against his playing style. What was your tactics?
Sorry, Kaja, I just want to ask, what do you mean by Dubov was solid? I mean, what kind of thing is it? Because, I mean, he sacrificed like half of his pieces in every game.
That's true.
But still, I hope for the OTB to come back. This is the biggest dream.
All right. Teimour, good luck in the finals starting tomorrow. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And also thanks to Magnus Carlsen, who just, lost in the quarterfinals, celebrated calmly with all of his family, and we're working hard. Thank you.
Fantastic, Teimour.
It will be a huge statement of intent as online tournaments are set to take over and are set to continue in the new year.
It's a great start to the new year as well. Just imagine you're playing in a tournament with 12 of the world's best players and you emerge victorious. I think it just sends absolutely all the right signals. It's what everyone dreams about.
And I think that's what Teimour Radjabov is doing right now. Look at that. Wow.
Tweets, Naughty Chess says, this is crazy time management. And Yonon M, who says, Levon made this Italian middle game explode.
Wow.
Oh, it's over.
We have seen a draw, the position repeating itself. Both players, surely they'll be disappointed with that game. Teimour Radjabov was actually winning in the final position. He just couldn't find a way to escape the checks.
Yeah. But also you have to kind of, when we cut situations like this, you can't be too harsh on Radjabov because, he was losing. He knows that he was losing. And then to kind of make that adjustment and just to kind of go, okay, I'm now actually...
It's beautiful. So happy that he managed in the end after a long tournament. 9 days of intense chess. He wasn't the favorite from the start, but he's played fantastic, Teimour Radjabov. And he is the winner of the Air Things Masters. I think it's fantastic to see how happy he is about this.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Actually, we did ask everyone on Twitter what was their highlight of their chess career.
Gaming chair company.
Cougar.
Yeah, I know what you're relating to, but it's not this.
But that's how it's spelled, even.
Yeah, I know. What can I say? I mean, it's a German company that produces this chair. What should I do, man?
What were they thinking?
I think they were singing it right.
I mean, you could name your company anything. Kudar, Kusar, Kumar. I mean, why would you name it Cougar? I mean, that makes no sense at all.
Yeah, but what's the exact meaning that we have to check?
I guess I'll just go F5 though. Yeah, and now I can just trade because... Oh! Flagorama. Sorry, dude. Those are the rules. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Actually, I am the player and I am the rules. I do make the rules, so I am both the players. Why can't I speak? I am both the player and the game.